We know that sugar has lots of harmful effects on the body. So today I'd like to give you some more natural alternatives. First is a group of sugar alternatives that have a very low glycemic index, which means they won't raise your blood sugar levels. And in this group are two that have 0 calories as well. The first is stevia, which comes from an herb. Some studies show that stevia even lowers blood sugar levels. It's very safe, even for people who have diabetes, hypoglycemia, or other blood sugar issues already. And it doesn't cause any weight gain because of the 0 calories. The other one in this category is monk's fruit, which comes from the fruit by the name, monk's fruit. And it's in the processing, the fructose is removed. Fructose is the type of sugar that causes the most harmful effects. So stevia is said to be up to 350 times sweeter than sugar. So start using it in very small amounts. Also, if you use it in larger amounts, it tends to have an unpleasant kind of a green taste to it. And the monk's fruit also is said to have 100 to 200 or so times as much sweetness as sugar. So start small, work your way up. Then in this category are also the sugar alcohols, xylitol and erythritol, and they both have a low glycemic index. They're very tasty. They have 40 or less or more percent reduction in calories than the sugar. Caution, if you have dogs, the xylitol is very toxic to dogs, so keep it away from your dog. Then this category is also Yacon syrup, which it's a very thick syrup with a nice caramelly taste. And you need to refrigerate it. And you could use it in baking, you could use it on your pancakes and so on. One caution about Yacon syrup, it is rather pricey. Then there's another group of natural sweeteners that spike your blood sugar more than the first group, which we just went over. But because they have antioxidants and minerals such as calcium, potassium, manganese, iron, they tend to be a little bit healthier for your body, but should be used in moderation. In this category, first up, we have honey. And if honey is local, it also has the benefit that it helps reduce allergy symptoms. According to Ayurveda, the ancient Indian system of health, honey should not be heated to high temperatures, so you shouldn't bake anything with it or cook it over a stove. You could put it in tea, you could put in icings and things like that. You could put over your cereal, in your yogurt, etc. Then we have maple syrup. Use pure maple syrup, same with honey. Use unprocessed honey because those are the ones that are healthy. Maple syrup will need to be refrigerated once you open the jar. And it's very, very tasty, but it does have calories like sugar, and it can spike your blood sugar levels. Occasionally, I'll meet someone who says they have more trouble with maple syrup even than they do with sugar. So be careful with that and use moderate amounts. Then we have molasses, and molasses has very high levels of iron, especially if it's blackstrap molasses. It's also rich in other minerals. It's thick and it has a very strong taste. It's nice in the winter because it's rather heating, but don't overdo it because it can overpower something that you use it in and make it taste rather medicinal. So my rule of thumb, if I use it for baking, I limit it to 1/4 of a cup. It gives the baked good a nice rich flavor, but doesn't overdo it. Last in this group is coconut sugar, which comes from the coconut palm. It's also high in minerals, very, very flavorful and tasty. It's a brown color. It looks a lot like brown sugar, but has a much lower glycemic index. It does, however, have fructose in it, So use it in moderate amounts, because remember, fructose is the sugar that has the most harmful effects on the body. So here are many alternatives that you could explore. Have fun exploring them. Remember to use them in moderation. Remember to keep the xylitol away from your dogs.